Hello my friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kate Chibulia, I'm beauty and fashion retoucher. It will be my first video here and I will show you the whole process of retouching in Photoshop step by step and try to explain what kind of principles I follow in my own work. Let's go! It's our photo. Beauty picture with creative makeup, smooth hair and pretty good skin. I should thank the photographer who gave me this photo. You can see his Instagram account on your screen. First of all, I always use Liquify cause I put few layers down. This way I always have an opportunity to back down and fix something if needed. In this photo I am adding a little bit of volume to hair to make its style more even. And I am making her neck thinner, the line of shoulders lower. As a result, it looks much more elegant. Also, I am touching up the contour of the upper lip and increasing the volume of the lower lip, since anatomically the last one must be bigger than the upper. The next step is hair cleaning. At first, I am cleaning the edge and removing all stray hairs to make the hairstyle more accurate. I am using a stamp and then aligning background by healing brush, so that there are no spots after the stamp. It's important to keep edges as natural as possible. Then I'm working with a spot healing brush inside the hairstyle. I'm trying to remove all stray hairs which attract attention and make hairs messy. Now I am moving on to skin cleaning. I am removing the most visible fluffy hairs. Mostly I am working with a spot healing brush, but on the chin the stamp is assisting me a lot. This scheme of light highlights fluffy hairs on cheeks and around the mouth of the girl, which also need cleaning. Moreover, white hairs in the nose got apparent due to the dark background. Such moments should definitely be paid attention to. And of course, roughness, points and hairs on the skin I'm cleaning by spot healing brush on this stage. I have to notice this girl has pierced ears but without earrings. That's why I have removed punctures. Finally, I'm cleaning the most visible hairs on the ear and the cheek, which didn't get into the hairstyle, so this peak appears to be neat. At first I am working with a spot healing brush on individual hairs, and only after that taking a big size healing brush and trying to take a sample from skin texture, which is located not so far. Again, skin turns out to be more natural. Now I only need to remove hairs on the forehead and around the brows. And on the last stage of cleaning I have to remove tapes. For some part of the tape on the skin I'm using a spot healing brush and just copying the texture of skin there. But it will be harder to do the same with hairs. By spot healing brush I'm quickly removing the rope and then I'm taking a stamp and trying to copy the line of growing hairs there and the hair inside. I'm doing it several times to achieve the desired effect and periodically apply an eraser to soften the border inside the hair. I have achieved a good result in the end, but I will still be finishing this one on dodge and burn. As the next step, I am fixing makeup using frequency separation with a small radius of blur. To begin with, I am editing the contour of lips by stamp. The line of lipstick needs to be even and fill the angles of lips too. Further, I am working on eyes makeup. In this case, I want to fill empty spots and make inner corner of the eye more clear. Here, in addition to the stamp, I am also using a soft brush. I am blurring this layer a little bit to make the contour more softened, as in life it can be so perfectly cut. And then I'm getting to the eyebrows. It already looks good, however, I wish to make the lower border a bit more clear. So again, I'm using a stamp and in the end reducing the opacity of the layer, so that the effect is not hugely obvious. And now I'm starting the most important and lengthy stage, dodge and burn. I'm exploring several auxiliary layers, black and white to discolor a photo and work on light spots, not on color ones. What's more, I'm using two curves for exposure and contrast. You know, in the process of work I constantly move them. Additionally, I'm putting down the layer with blur to focus on large spots, rather than work on the small texture. Exactly big spots make skin uneven, and the small texture keeps it more natural. Don't forget to work on highlights. You need to put down the exposure curve so that spots become visible in these highlights. For shadows, on the contrary, you need to get the contrast curve up to lighten dark places and probably decrease the contrast a little. In the process, it's very significant to move the photo away from time to time to see the whole picture and constantly check before/after. It helps you not retouch your photo over and make affection more soft. Don't forget to work on the nose, chin, around the lips and on the eyelids. These are small parts of any photo, but they also create an impression. You have to remember details are always essential. Try to keep the chiaroscuro of the photo without removing the original volume of face, otherwise you are gonna have smooth spots. And certainly the neck and chest should be retouched as well. They shouldn't look dirty compared to the face. the main work is done. And now I'm gonna act by using a mixer brush on the low layer in frequency separation. Here I need a big radius of blur, so that there is no texture left on the low layer. One must work very carefully, not to smooth the texture. I'm mostly doing shadows, cause they're difficult to access on dodge and burn, and I'm making the neck perfect. Well, I just need to make color correction, add volume, toning and sharp. Basically, I set the color on the first photo of the set and then transfer layers from it to all other photos to make the whole set the same color. I'm creating another one dodge and burn layer to raise in volume in shadows and highlights. Then on the empty layer in the blending mode named color, I'm fixing hue in particular places, for example on the spot where tape was located and on the nose. Then I'm turning skin in a warmer hue, applying the curve. I'm slightly reducing the redness using a selective color layer. Then I need a color lookup layer with a filter on 20% opacity. I have to mention skin tone of face and that one of body is usually different. So on the face I reduce redness and add it on the neck and chest. This way skin tone is getting more even. I am doing it by selective color layer and showing the right places by the mask. Then I should darken the background. I am making selection by color range and fixing the mask by brush. I always check if colors match the first photo in the set. I'm also toning this background by selective color. Mask is being copied from the previous layer. Then I get back to frequency separation and duplicate high layer. I'm showing it with the mask in places where it's not so sharp on the face. As a rule, these places are around the nose and on the edges of cheeks. On the low frequency, I am making spots even in the background using a mixer brush. Be careful and don't touch the model by brush. Next, I only need to add a little bit of sharp by high pass filter with radius of the value 1. And that's my result. You can see before and after. Share your comment how you like it. That's all. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it was useful for you. If you still have a question, leave them below. Like this video and subscribe on my channel not to miss the next video. Additionally, on my Instagram you can see a bigger number of my works and before after, link is in description. Bye!